This is an incredible story. It's the story of an idea that has been around for over 50 years, an idea that started out as a bunch of lines of code written on a computer, slowly evolving and improving over time until one day it became something amazing, something that can generate human-quality text, images, and even videos just from a few simple words. Now this story could be about many things. Maybe it's the story of the internet, or maybe it's the story of smartphones. But in this video, we're going to tell the story of artificial intelligence. Let's go back to the very beginning, the birth of algorithms. Researchers at IBM created a program called Deep Blue that was able to defeat a reigning world chess champion. For example, in 2012, a team of researchers at NYU and Princeton developed a program called ImageNet that was able to classify images with unprecedented accuracy. This was another major milestone because it showed that machines could learn to understand and interpret visual information in the same way that humans do. This is largely due to the development of new algorithms that are capable of generating realistic images, text, and even videos from just a few simple words. These algorithms are called generative AI algorithms. DALL-E is a text-to-image generator, which means that it can create realistic images from textual descriptions. For example, you can type in a photo of a cat in the style of a Renaissance painting. There are many other programs that are being developed that can do things like generate realistic audio, create 3D models from text, and much, much more. The possibilities are really endless. It is just a program that has been designed to generate text based on patterns it has learned from training data. It goes through several steps. First, it tokenizes your question, which means it breaks it down into individual words or tokens. Its ability to generate human-like text makes it a valuable tool for a wide range of applications, and it is sure to continue to evolve and improve in the years to come. Then it creates a numerical representation of these tokens, which is called an embedding. One area where AI has had a significant impact is healthcare. AI-powered diagnostic tools are now able to analyze medical images such as X-rays and MRIs to detect diseases such as cancer at an earlier stage than humans, leading to more effective treatment. As AI continues to evolve and improve, we can expect to see even more applications that make our lives easier and more efficient. AI is also being used to develop personalized treatment plans for patients based on their individual characteristics and medical history. However, there are also some challenges and ethical questions that need to be addressed. AI has the potential to revolutionize industries, improve our quality of life, and solve some of the world's most pressing problems. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. ASI refers to a hypothetical future point in time when AI surpasses human intelligence in all aspects. While ASI remains a topic of debate and speculation, some experts believe that it could be achieved within the next few decades. If realized, ASI could have profound implications for humanity, potentially leading to advancements in science, technology, and our understanding of the universe. However, it is important to approach this topic with caution and consider the potential risks and benefits of creating such powerful technology. From healthcare to education, transportation to entertainment, AI is transforming the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us. As AI continues to evolve and improve, we can expect to see even more innovative applications that push the boundaries of what's possible. One of the main concerns is the potential for job displacement, as AI-powered automation may replace certain job roles. Additionally, there are concerns about the potential for bias and discrimination, as AI algorithms can perpetuate and even amplify existing societal biases. It's important to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly and ethically to mitigate these risks. This embedding is then fed into a series of layers, each of which contains multiple processing units. AI-powered tutors can now provide students with personalized instruction tailored to their individual needs and learning styles. They can also provide feedback and support outside of traditional classroom hours, making education more accessible and effective. Each layer processes the input and passes it onto the next layer until it reaches the output layer. As we discussed, AI-powered tools such as Chat and Midjourney are changing the way content is created. They can generate text, images, and videos quickly and efficiently, allowing creators to produce more content in less time. The output layer generates a probability distribution over the words that could come next. ChatGPT then uses this distribution to generate a response word by word. Despite this, Chat has been able to achieve an impressive level of sophistication in its text generation capabilities and has become a popular tool for writers, programmers, and anyone else who needs to generate large amounts of text quickly. And Dolby will generate for images of a cat in the style of a Renaissance painting. Dolby has been trained on millions of images and descriptions, which allows it to generate images that are both creative and coherent. This was a major milestone because it showed that machines could learn to play a game that required a high level of skill and strategy. Midjourney takes a text input and generates a short video clip that matches the input. It has been trained on millions of images and video clips, which allows it to generate videos that are both creative and coherent. Other programs followed, including a program called AlphaGo developed by DeepMind in 2016 that was able to defeat a world champion at Go. A game that requires an even higher level of skill and intuition than chess. In the early days of computing, programmers would write long lines of code to tell computers what to do. At its core, Chat is a transformer model. To put it simply, a transformer model is a type of algorithm that is used to process sequential data such as text. It uses a mechanism called attention to weigh the importance of different words in a sentence and uses this information to generate a response. The reason why Chat is so good at generating human-like text is because it has been trained on such a massive amount of text data. This training data includes books, articles, websites, code, and more. By analyzing this data, Chat has learned the patterns of human language and is able to use those patterns to generate new text that flows naturally and makes sense in context. These lines of code were basically a set of instructions that the computer would follow to solve a particular problem. For example, if you wanted to play a game of tic-tac-toe against a computer, you would write code that would allow the computer to take turns and make moves based on certain rules. This is basically what an algorithm is, a set of instructions for solving a problem. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer, and it is a type of language model that uses deep learning to generate human-like text. You can interact with ChatGPT through a chat interface where you can ask it questions or have conversations with it. GPT has been trained on a massive amount of text data, which allows it to generate coherent and contextually relevant responses to your inputs. GPT is truly amazing, and it has been able to generate everything from poems to code to scripts to essays and anything else you can think of. And it was the building block of all early AI. As computers got more powerful, programmers began to experiment with creating algorithms that could handle more complex problems. They started to develop algorithms that could learn from data and make decisions based on that learning. For example, in the 1950s, a programmer named Arthur Samuel created a checkers playing program that could learn from its own experience playing against itself. The program was able to keep track of the moves that had been made and use that information to make better decisions in future games. The rise of machine learning. In the 1980s, researchers began to develop more sophisticated algorithms inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. These algorithms are called neural networks. Neural networks are basically a series of interconnected nodes that process and transmit information. When you feed data into a neural network, it uses that data to make predictions or decisions. For example, a neural network could be trained to recognize faces by showing it thousands of images of faces and then testing it with new images it has never seen before. In the late 1990s, machine learning really started to take off. At the same time, machine learning was being used to solve other complex problems in fields such as image recognition and natural language processing. But despite these successes, AI was still far from being able to generate realistic images or text on its own. That would come later. The explosion of generative AI. In recent years, AI has really exploded in popularity. One of the first and most famous examples of generative AI is a program called GPT developed by OpenAI. Another famous example of generative AI is a program called Dolby developed by OpenAI. Yet another example of generative AI is a program called Midjourney, which is a text-to-video generator similar to Dolby except that it generates video instead of images. And these are just a few examples of the amazing things that are possible with generative AI. How does chat work? It's important to note that chat is not sentient or conscious. So, how exactly does chat work when you ask it a question? Overall, chat is an incredibly sophisticated language model that has revolutionized the way we interact with machines. AI in our daily lives. Today, AI is used in a wide range of applications that we encounter every day. Another area where AI is making a big difference is in education. AI is also being used in the field of content creation. But this is just the beginning. AI is being used in countless other applications, including self-driving cars, fraud detection, financial modeling, and much more. The future of AI. Looking ahead, the future of AI is full of potential and promise. Despite these challenges, the potential benefits of AI are too great to ignore. One of the most exciting areas of AI research is the pursuit of artificial superintelligence, or ASI. The story of AI is an incredible one. From a few lines of code to a thinking machine. This is the age of artificial intelligence.